Hello, my friends. Welcome to Learn English Through Legends. I am so glad you're here today. Take a slow breath, find a comfortable place, and let this story begin. Now, imagine a young boy. He is very small for his age, perhaps 10 or 11 years old. He is playing football in the dusty streets of a small city. His feet move with impossible speed, the ball a part of him. Older boys, bigger boys, cannot catch him. He dreams of playing professionally, of wearing the famous blue and white jersey of his country. But he has a secret, a serious medical condition that threatens to stop his dream before it even begins. His body is not growing as it should. The treatments are expensive, more money than his family has. His future, his dream, feels impossible. He does not know if he will ever grow tall enough, strong enough, to become the player he longs to be. But this boy has a quiet fire inside him, a determination that no challenge can extinguish. And one day, he will not just play the game, he will change it forever. He will become a legend, perhaps the greatest footballer the world has ever known. His name was Lionel Messi, and his story begins not with a trophy, but with a quiet, powerful determination. The year was 1987. On the 24th of June, in the city of Rosario, Argentina, a baby boy was born. His parents, Jorge and Celia, named him Lionel Andres Messi. Rosario was a hard-working city, filled with the passion for football that is so central to Argentinian life. From his very first steps, it seemed Lionel was born with the ball at his feet. His grandmother Celia was the first to see it. She took him to his first football games, often with boys much older than him. He was tiny, even then, but his talent was enormous. He moved differently. He saw the game differently. The ball seemed to stick to his foot, as if by magic. He played for a local club, Grandoli, and then for Newell's Old Boys, one of the biggest teams in Rosario. He scored goals almost every time he touched the field. Everyone who saw him play knew he was special. They called him La Puga, the flea, because he was so small, but so quick and hard to catch. But when Lionel was 10 years old, a shadow fell across his bright future. Doctors discovered he had a growth hormone deficiency. His body was not producing enough of the hormones needed to grow properly. Without treatment, he would remain very small. The treatment was expensive, hundreds of dollars a month, for years. His local club could not afford it. Even the bigger clubs in Argentina, like River Plate, hesitated because of the cost. His family struggled. They sold things. They saved every peso. But it was not enough. Think about that for a moment. A boy with an undeniable gift, a future star, facing the possibility that his body would betray his dream, simply because of money. Clear his throat. This was his greatest challenge, bigger than any defender he would face on the pitch. Then, a chance came from across the ocean. The famous Spanish club, FC Barcelona, heard about the small Argentinian prodigy. They invited him for a trial. In September 2013-year-old Lionel, along with his father, flew to Spain. He was quiet, shy, and small, wearing clothes that seemed too big for him. But when he stepped onto the field, everything changed. Carles Rexach, Barcelona's sporting director, saw him play for only a few minutes. He knew instantly he needed to sign this boy. But there was a problem. Barcelona usually did not sign foreign players so young, and they were hesitant about the medical costs. Rexach had no paper, no official contract. So he took a napkin from a nearby table in a restaurant. On it, he wrote a promise. Barcelona would sign Lionel Messi, and they would pay for his treatment. The napkin contract. piece of paper that changed football history. So, at 13, Lionel moved to Spain with his father. He joined La Masia, Barcelona's famous youth academy. It was a new country, a new language, new food. His mother and siblings eventually returned to Argentina. For a shy boy who was deeply attached to his family, it was incredibly hard. He was lonely. He was quiet. He spoke very little. Other children at the academy sometimes teased him for his size and his quiet nature. But on the field, he spoke a language everyone understood. He continued to amaze. The growth hormone treatments began to work. Slowly, steadily, he grew taller, stronger, and his talent only sharpened. He rose quickly through the ranks, scoring goals, creating magic, leaving defenders spinning in confusion. In 2004, at just 17 years old, Lionel Messi made his first team debut for FC Barcelona. The following year, he scored his first official goal, becoming the youngest player to score for the club at that time. What followed was an explosion of talent that the world had rarely seen. For nearly 2 decades, Messi dominated European football. He won trophy after trophy with Barcelona: 10 La Liga titles, 4 Champions League titles, 7 Copa del Rey trophies. Individually, he won the Ballon d'Or, awarded to the world's best player, a record 7 times. He scored hundreds and hundreds of goals, many of them breathtaking, weaving runs from midfield, delicate chips, thunderous free kicks. He rewrote the record books, becoming Barcelona's all-time leading scorer, then the all-time leading scorer in La Liga. People argued constantly about whether he was the greatest of all time, compared to legends like Pelé and Maradona. His style was unique, quiet, humble off the pitch, but an unstoppable force on it. But for all his club success, there was one thing missing: a major trophy with his beloved Argentina national team. He reached the World Cup final in 2014, losing to Germany in extra time. He reached multiple Copa del Rey finals, only to lose them too. The pressure from his home country was immense. Critics said he did not play for Argentina with the same passion as he did for Barcelona. They said he did not sing the national anthem. He carried the weight of a nation's expectations, and the near misses were heartbreaking, not just for him, but for millions of fans. There were moments he almost gave up, announcing his retirement from international football in frustration, only to return, called back by the love of the game and his country. Then, in 2021, after years of trying, the moment finally arrived. Argentina won the Copa America, defeating their rivals Brazil in the final. It was Messi's first major international trophy. The joy, the relief, was visible on his face. He cried tears of happiness. He had finally done it. The monkey was off his back, but the biggest story was still to come. In 2021, after more than 20 years at FC Barcelona, the club he joined as a boy, a devastating financial situation meant he could not sign a new contract. He left Barcelona in tears, a free agent, moving to Paris Saint-Germain. It was an emotional moment for everyone involved. He continued to play well, but the ultimate dream, the World Cup, still beckoned. In November and December of 2022, the World Cup was held in Qatar. Lionel Messi, at 35 years old, led Argentina to the final. His performances were masterful: goals, assists, moments of pure genius. The world watched, captivated, as he carried his team, driven by an almost spiritual desire to win the one trophy that had eluded him. The final against France was epic. one of the greatest football matches ever played, ending in a penalty shootout. And when the final penalty was scored, Argentina won. Messi had done it. He lifted the World Cup trophy, cementing his place in history, achieving the dream that began in the dusty streets of Rosario. After the World Cup, Messi continued his career, eventually moving to Inter Miami in the United States, bringing his magic to a new continent, a new league. His journey from a small boy with a medical condition to a global icon is a testament to talent, perseverance, and a quiet, unshakable belief in his dream. He never forgot where he came from, never lost the humble nature that defined him. And so, my friends, the story of Lionel Messi comes quietly to its close. A boy who was told his body might not allow him to play. A boy who moved across the world alone. A man who carried the hopes of a nation for decades. And yet, he kept going. He kept playing. He kept dreaming. He chose to give everything he had to something bigger than himself, to the beautiful game, and to his country. Now, my friend, I want to say something to you. You are making a choice too. Every time you press play on a story like this, you are choosing something. You are choosing to grow. You are choosing to learn. You are choosing to give your time and your effort to something that is not easy, but something that matters. Learning English is not easy. There are days when the words feel heavy. Days when you feel like giving up. Days when you wonder if it is worth it. Maybe sometimes English feels like a mountain you must climb, or a powerful defender you cannot get past. But look at Messi. He was told he was too small. He was told he could not win the big international trophy. He was told he did not belong in Spain as a child, and he proved every one of them wrong. You are proving something too. Every word you understand, every story you follow from beginning to end, every sentence that becomes a little clearer, that is proof. Proof that you are stronger than you think. Messi chose his dream over everything. You are choosing your future, and that is something to be proud of. Listen, learn, and inspire. Keep going. This is Learn English Through Legends. If Lionel Messi's story moved you today, please leave a comment below. Tell me, what part of his journey inspires you most? I would love to hear your thoughts. There are many more stories waiting right here. Come back soon, my friend. Until next time, take care of yourself and never stop learning.